Hello, Super Toto Remix here for the second installment of my Jurassic World Evolution Ultimate Park build. Now, carrying on from last episode, we just about calmed down our Deinonychus, so they're settling in nice and dandy now. While off screen, I reconfigured the tree line a little bit so the enclosure looked more tidy and more organised because the trees were just kind of all over the place. Also reconfigured the gyrosphere track for this exhibit right here, featuring Brachiosaurus, Deinonychus, and Gigantspinosaurus. Yeah. Also, we have some Dreadnoughtus to release and house, which is going to be in the same exhibit which I had to move the Troodon to from last episode. Now, carrying over. Yeah, that never gets old. Don't care what anyone says, even though the animation's recycled from all the SAUROPOD models, that never gets tiring to watch for me. Especially when that music kicks in. It's usually best when you bring out Brachiosaurus. Excuse me. Okay, now that one's out. Time to knock him out. No, I don't want to do that. Yes, that's what I want to do. Add task. Thank you. Right, so while those two have been drugged up, let's see if anything else. Now, if you're brand new to this playthrough of the new Sandbox for Jurassic World Evolution, what you see here, oh sweet, got an achievement, sweet, not complaining on that one. For this build, the general idea is to, I'll get to that in a moment. The general idea is to try and occupy all of this with every single non-hybrid dinosaur in the game, because since last week I've now finally unlocked all of them, ending with Mamenchisaurus. Now, if you want the rather amusing story of how that went down, I've mentioned it in the previous episode if you do wish to hear the rather peculiar tale of the drama and adventure I had to go through in order to unlock that bloody dinosaur. Alright, so task, let's get these fed up. And the Dreadnoughtus are down. Get that gate open so it makes it easier for the AI. Now to drag. Oh. They're just lying there quite peacefully. You'd have no idea that these two Dreadnoughtus are in some drug-induced state, with this one having a R-shaped leg sticking out. That's a rather amusing way to be seen. Or to the dinosaur detrimental. Alright, now I'm curious to see how this is going to work out. Because I wonder if there's going to be enough forest. Am I going to have a second miracle like I did with the Mamenchisaurus? Or am I going to have to spam the place with trees? Now, as it stands, the Troodon seems to be alright if I put in a few more trees. Wait, why are you lonely? Wait, what? Wait a minute, this makes no sense. There we go, that's what I wanted. There's 4 of them. There we go, wonder what that was all about. Yeah, I just decided to be funny for a split second, I suppose. Right, alright, again, please ignore the notifications on the top of the screen. That's for stuff that I've deactivated. the plan is, once I've achieved getting all dinosaurs in here, minus the hybrids, I will open up the park. Right, well, okay. Those two are being very slowly dragged over. It's a shame you can't click on the dinosaurs as they're being transported. I do think that'll make for some funky camera angles as they're very slowly just dragged through the air. Let's check it. In the meantime, let's check on our dinosaurs. Yes, always checking our stegos, because if anything goes out of line with any of these, then they will kick off, and that will be a hell of a time to deal with. Every time I see the Stegosaurus, all I can think back to is the very first thing you have to do on Isla Sorna in this game, which you have to rescue the wild Stegosaurs, put them in the enclosure, and then try your absolute damnedest to make sure that they are comfortable, because as soon as a Stegosaur becomes uncomfortable, there will be hell to pay. They will try everything in their power to break out. They are some of the fastest dinosaurs in this entire game. Alright, let's see. How did I fare when it comes to trees in this enclosure? Not enough grassland? That's interesting. I thought it would have been the other way around, although I gotta be very careful because if I start removing trees, oh, this is not good. Hold on. Right, okay. Let's see. Okay, are you alright with... I knew that would happen. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Right, let's get a feeder in here to keep these guys happy. There we go. Now, if this is how it's going to be, what I might have to do is knock down one of these hotels. Thank God the layout of this park is not final, because what I'm going to have to do here, annoyingly, is I'm going to have to extend the enclosure. Oh, let's check the... Well, on the plus side, I got some more power left from knocking out the hotel. Right, let's see. How far can I take this? Actually, no, I can... Actually, no. Ah, here we go. Right, let's see how they do with this. Dreadnoughtus. Oh, that just about does the grassland. Maybe. Hang on. This might just knock it. With this build, it's actually allowing me to be a bit more experimental with my park builds. Yes, that's more like it. Well, I say that and oh man, I might have to reposition. I might have to slightly reposition the hotel. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reposition the hotel. Because the last thing I want is those Dreadnoughts kicking off. Because they're among the strongest dinosaurs in the game in terms of breaking down fences. In my Mamenchisaurus park build, in the main campaign, I introduced some Mamenchisaurus for the first time, but I completely forgot about their social needs. Thus, what ended up happening was they started breaking down the fence because it wasn't exactly the highest grade of fence. All it took was about a couple of kicks, and about two of them got out. And that was annoying because with that park, it's like the easiest in the entire game, and only a few people got killed as a result. Although, unlike Operation Genesis, you don't seem to get penalised too badly for park-goer deaths, which is a good and a bad thing. Right, they are just about content. So what I'm going to have to do to make this make sense... oh, these guys, thankfully, they're fine. Although what I might have to do is turn this into a Giraffes enclosure. Yeah, get rid of that. Fencing there. And then they want more forest, don't they? I think I can just about do it. I think I can just about crank some more forest in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your comfort, we've increased the hotel capacity.
Yes! Screw you! There's plenty of it now. And now there's actually enough space to get more of you in there. I think what I might do is I might get rid of a few of those trees and start dumping them over there. Although if I do that, they're gonna be pretty peeved because the way. Okay, as much as I love this game, there are a few nitpicks I have, and one nitpick is for the sauropods, what they've done is that they've measured their forest comfort levels by approximately the amount of trees around them, not necessarily the amount of trees in the enclosure, but more so the amount of trees in their vicinity. And as a result, you could have an enclosure full of trees, but that sauropod could be on the other side of the enclosure, and it will get agitated because there's no trees around it when there are plenty of trees in that enclosure to begin with. So I don't know why they programmed it to be that way, but annoying to deal with sometimes, especially when you're having a big enclosure like this where the trees are kind of a bit unsightly. They're in this weird like zigzag. Because the problem I have here, as you can see, if I put in any more trees, these guys might get agitated. And not only that, but because if I remove any of these trees and put in trees over here, but because the Dreadnoughtus are over here, they're going to get annoyed because there's no trees in their immediate vicinity. Unless what I do... I guess one thing I can do to make it a bit less unsightly, I'm going to have to be a bit creative when it comes to my nature. Because thank God shrub doesn't affect any of this. So what I might do is... that's what I'll do. And then, could I get out a bit here? There we go. It's like a swampy area, you could say. There we go. There, so it's not... that way it's not plain looking. It's not super plain, which is quite nice. Alright, and then, okay. Enclosures. In case they wander off down here, which they inevitably will. And then the same thing. You know what? I'll put down a goat feeder here too. So I think, because of how big this bloody enclosure is now, they're not going to be able to see everything unless if I suddenly swarm this place with even more dinosaurs, and that's even more space taken up. I'm going to have to be a bit creative here, I think. The problem with the Troodons is, the big problem we have with the Troodons is they won't attack sauropods because they're too big, but anything under that, like a Hadrosaur, or a Stegosaurus, a Ceratopsid, they will try and go for, and ultimately they'll end up in a fight, and I don't really want that. I want to try and occupy as much space as I can with some of these dinosaurs. I would love to fill this place with. I would either love to get rid of trees or put more trees in, but as soon as I do that, these guys are not going to be happy about it. So hopefully the introduction of some more Dreadnoughtus should remedy the problem. At least I hope so. But now again, my big drama is what to do with the viewing gallery. Ah, that's a point. Ah, I think I might have resolved the situation. Ah, yeah, here we go. Now you're talking. Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta get it just right. There we go. Looking for food. There's a tree thing right there. I swear the dinosaurs in this game are blind sometimes. Right, because the idea is, now that I have slightly more exhibit space, I have a bit more freedom to remove some trees. Because that's what I want to do, because this looks really unsightly. Okay. Because it's literally just like a hook of trees, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I wonder, the Troodon are fine, so if I can literally just do that. Just about. Yes. Yeah, that's looking so much better. That is looking so much better. Okay, yeah, I'm a happy camper. Again, it's just such a shame about the Troodons. Otherwise, I would have been able to fill that with more dinosaurs. Those still go a while. Okay, I guess that things are quieting down a little. I can actually now take you on a proper tour of what I've built so far. Because I tried doing that last episode. But what ended up happening was readers needed to be replenished. Suddenly the dinosaurs started getting sick. Then there was a whole issue with the Troodons for this enclosure, which ended up having them being moved into this one, and then me putting Deinonychus into this one, and having to increase their exhibit space by this much, so I can put in some more trees to make them happy. This is a completely different beast compared to Operation Genesis. Right, so now that I actually have a moment to myself, so this area here, once again inspired by the awesome Beston slot, is an industrial area. So you have the hatchery here. I noticed the Hammond Creation Lab, but screw it, I prefer hatchery because of Operation Genesis nostalgia. So this area acts as like the closed off industrial power plant area, where basically, ideally and aesthetically, this is where all the action is and where all the power goes. So this monorail here, for example, in my head, its purpose is for the workers, so they can do their thing here, out of sight and with peace of mind. Also because this is what I tried to do with the gate system with the enclosures, because the ranger station's here. I've tried to do it where the gates interlock into each enclosure, so they don't end up running out into public space. Unfortunately, if from what you guys might remember in the previous installment, when I was sorting out some stuff in this enclosure, a Jeep actually came out of... Actually, no, yeah, the Jeep actually would have come out of here because I had a gate here previously. But instead of going through that gate, it basically just went straight through here, which kind of killed the illusion a bit, but it is what it is. So again, to give this impression of it being a secretive, closed-off area, or a place where the public are not quite allowed, I've put in some fences to give it that industrial, off-limits look. Sweet, the Dreadnoughtus already. And then moving on. Hang on, if I can get the map up, this will be much easier. The idea is all of this is basically occupying all the Jurassic period dinosaurs available in this game, which is not really that lot in the grand scheme of things. So in this enclosure, it's mostly Stegosaurs, including the fussy Stegosaurus itself, some Kentrosaurus, one of my favourites from Operation Genesis, and and then some Huayangosaurus. So this is mostly Stegosaurus. Then we move on to this enclosure, which is mostly sauropods. So we got the Apatosaurus. I had to breed 4 of them because even with 3, they still got pretty fussy with their social needs. Also got some Camarasaurus. I've also bred an extra one because of the same reason. The other one that is somewhere, and if you look through here, just sneak in here, we got a Chungkingosaurus. I bred a couple of these just to try and spice up the enclosure a little bit. I bred about 4 of them, but the star attraction of this enclosure, and I always have to keep an eye on these because of their social and comfort levels, the Mamenchisaurus. I am still so happy that I unlocked this when I did, because it's now one of my favourite dinosaurs in the entire game. And I'm so happy to have this in here and having it at its perfect comfort level on arrival. That was magical. Okay, then in this one over here we have, it's basically similar to this one, only it's got 2 sauropod species and it's also got Gigantspinosaurus. Here we go, there's a Giganto, it's the alpha herself. Looking fine and dandy there. Now with this enclosure I tried making it a bit more interesting because a lot of these enclosures here were basically just flat, so I tried making like a crater lake type thing to make it stand out a little, or in this case stand in. Trying to think, and with these 2 enclosures I made them gyrosphere and safaris because of how big they are and because it's one of those things where from the point of view you got a lot to look at. And now here is my pride and joy, the Dilophosaurus exhibit. This, also if you recall from last episode me briefly talking about it, this enclosure had quite the history behind it. So I wanted to see just how minimalistic I can be in terms of enclosure size, and just to study just how far I can go before the dinosaurs, the Dilophosaurus in this case, get uncomfortable with having less grassland and less forest. And it really was a back and forth between getting enough grassland and enough forest. It got to the point where they got so agitated that they actually broke out. Thankfully at this point the park was still closed, so no one died, which is good, because ultimately once I've gotten every single dinosaur in this park, hopefully, I'm going to turn on money, and I'm going to turn on a few switches to make this like an authentic park experience, because Frontier have made things so much easier with the sandbox option, so you can toggle things on and off. So for example, to make sure I have everything in here without the need to replenish a lot, I've basically made the dinosaurs' lifespans unlimited, and that way I don't have to worry about them dying while I'm trying to breed other dinosaurs. Now, I'm only going to cover this really quick because I mentioned it in the first episode, but I'm going to say it's for the benefit of first-time viewers potentially. You see 2 Allosaurs, and the reason for this is thanks to the new gene splicing mechanic from the Doctor Who DLC, which basically includes tampering with social genes and habitat genes. So thanks to editing one little thing in regards to the Allosaur, I was able to increase their social needs from 1 to 2. Thus you see 2 in here, which is fantastic. Honestly, that should have been a thing in the first place, but it is what it is. So that's the Allosaur enclosure. That was another tough one, because due to tinkering around with this enclosure, some trees ended up in this by accident, and thus does the Allosaurs broke out. Didn't you?
This attraction is currently closed. We are sorry for the inconvenience.
The Allosaurs in this game are so awesome. They remind me so much of the Walking with Dinosaurs designs, I love it. And then, appropriately, because carrying on the Jurassic period theme, the last enclosure I built for Jurassic themed dinosaurs was Ceratosaurus. Now thankfully these guys weren't too problematic, because I made this enclosure big enough and I managed to spread the trees around enough so that the grassland just about touches their comfort level. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Yes, and obviously the once aforementioned Troodon enclosure is now the Deinonychus enclosure. And this was, and as you guys remember from the first episode, this was a drama to try and get correct with grass and forest ratio, because these are also very finicky dinosaurs. In fact, one of them, as you remember seeing, tried attacking the fence around here. So thank God that worked out. And then finally, we have these dinosaurs here. Wait, oh God, what is it? Grassland? Are you... come on. Really? This place is full of grassland. Oh my lord. So then again, what I could do... hang on. Oh God. Oh no, this is going to turn out. If I get rid of this tree... come on. I want this tree to go. Come on. There we go. There we go. Just about touching grassland, so you can't be fussy anymore. Honestly, the herbivores in this game are a lot tougher to please than the carnivores. And thankfully these guys are just about fine now, because they've got tons of space. They're spoiled little brats. I know that much. In fact, what I might do is I might include some more Troodon. Actually, quickly, because I want to make sure I don't overcrowd the place. Come on. Troodon. There we go. What are theirs? 16. Oh yeah, these are fine. These are absolutely fine. So let's get some more Troodon ready. In fact, while I do that, let's get these ready. There we go. Get some Troodon cooking. Right, where are they? Where'd they come? Where'd they go? Cut Nigel. Troodon. Here we go. And then we get 4 more of them cooked up. Open you so they can get something to eat. Alright, cool. Then get the chopper ready. Get to the chopper.
Setting additional task.
On the subject of Predator, it's one of those things where I am so thankful. I don't know, because I don't really care to watch the film, but I am kind of thankful that the Predator, at least from what I know of, is a sequel to the Predator series, so it doesn't really change that much. I honestly don't know. The moment they talked about the Super Predators and what that involved, I immediately just turned off and lost interest. Yeah, and the less I talk about Alien Covenant, the better. Bloody David. Alright, so let's get you in there. Gotta wait for the animation to finish for this Dreadnoughtus, and then I can get a Troodon going. Come on, here we go. Oop. Plop. There we go. Oh look, like a perfect crescent moon shape. Look at that. Like a moon pizza pie, that's a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. Alright. Wait, no, I don't want to go there. What I want to do is move you to here. Because the enclosure is big enough, I can do this without too much issue. Right. But now the big question is, I will now, because of the space, what I might have to do is alter the path slightly. Also, there's well, at least 2 of the Troodons already. What I might have to do is this. And hopefully a viewing gallery will fit. I'm gonna have to be... well, there goes my aesthetics plan. Okay, and then because I would love to build a gyrosphere here, but the big problem is, hang on, it's obstructed by what? What is obstructed by? Are there dinosaurs in the way? There's nothing here. Are you guys seeing this? There's nothing here. Obstructed by... well, on the plus side, I can get more enclosure space, which makes the Dreadnoughtus happy. Okay, there's that side, and then this is so messy, but it's kind of necessary. I want to make sure that people get as much viewership of the dinosaurs as possible. Where's the point? That's deactivated, good. Because as you might have glimpsed, my original path plan for this bit of the park here, which is more of a relaxation area, as you can see it's like a zigzag, sort of, so it kind of goes in and out and paths intertwine. And then the ultimate idea that this was meant to be some kind of relaxation area, like some entrance type deal. In my head anyway. Now I will mention this, this parkour at least will not feature a monorail, just because one, it's going to ruin the aesthetic, and two, the monorail track does take up quite a substantial amount of space. I do wonder, obviously I don't want to increase the hill too much because of the gate there, but I do wonder, I want to rise it just a little bit, just a little. Just a little. Yeah, that will do. That will do just nicely. I think that's what's going to shake this up a little bit, to be honest. It's just little bits like that that kind of just makes this enclosure a bit different compared to the others. Social? There's two of you over there. Don't be stupid now, come on. There are two of you over there. Oh, hang on 1 minute. They're over. That's annoying. Hold on. Wait a minute. I thought these were fine. Oh, that's why. Because I put in an extra one. I went over their social level. Well, can't say that's happened before. It's usually the opposite. Well, I know what that means. 4. You're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go to Valhalla. There. Get that sorted out. Now, these 3 enclosures here, these 3 paddocks, ultimately I want to try and get some carnivores in here. I can't really decide what. They're going to be, like, they're too small for anything like Spinosaurus and Tyrannosaurus. I was thinking more on the lines of Carchantosaurus, Baryonyx, Leucomimus, that sort of line of dinosaurs. And again, it's all going to be Cretaceous themed now, because starting from the Deinonychus enclosure onto this one, all this area here, I'm going to try my hardest to make paddocks that basically house the Ceratopsids, the Ankylosaurs, which are going to be fun. The Hadrosaurs, which I think are generally going to be quite a joy to fiddle around with and see how they react to their environment. And the one I'm looking forward to seeing the most, which I haven't actually created yet, is the Iguanodon. The Iguanodon holds a special place in my heart because since I live in the UK, the Iguanodon's a big deal due to being one of the first dinosaurs ever discovered, and plus it's one of the dinosaurs, inaccurately mind you, featured at Crystal Palace Park. And me being a big dinosaur nut like I was back in the day, next to the Natural History Museum, I would just love going up there and seeing the weird looking dinosaurs, and you know, Iguanodon being one of them. That dinosaur holds a very special place in my heart. It's no Triceratops, because Triceratops is my absolute favourite, but Iguanodon's pretty close, and I am so happy that Frontier included it in this game. Okay, so that's you done. I can close this one now, and then I can get some more Troodons in. Thankfully, these guys are fine. I can have as many of these as I like, which is great. Well, almost.
Transportation underway.
Bye bye. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. Alright, so got that one, got that dispenser there. What I might do, actually. Are you still feeding? No, you're not. And what I can do here is I might be able to.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Troodon to the park.
Yes, thank you for that. Plump that there, and then get you here. There, that should make you happy. Are you guys happy now? There's only 3 of you.
We are pleased to welcome a Troodon to the park.
I do actually quite find that unusual for a sauropod dinosaur. Usually it's the other way around. They want more of their own kind, but in this situation the Dreadnoughtus is just quite comfortable with 3 of its members. Okay, go on. Shoo. Shoo. Oh, leaf glitch there for a split second. Can I get any closer? There we go. Oh, it's like it's looking at the... Well... Yeah, there seems to be a weird glitch there with the Dreadnoughtus and some of the leaf debris. There it is again. Some of the leaf debris still clinging on its neck. Oh well. Right, so which feeders need... Before I do that, let's knock these... Get this open and let's knock some of these Troodons out.
Adding task. Adding to the list. Task proceed.
Where are they all going? It honestly looked like they were about to attack the fence. Oh well. Now, let's see what feeders are requiring my attention. It's... What was the goat? So 2 of the goat feeders. Alright. You, go and get that sorted.
Responding to resupply request.
Oh, quite a few of them need attention.
Confirming task.
So what I might do is send a few of you out to amend that problem.
En route to feeder. Adding task.
That's the sound of a fence being knocked. That was the sound of a fence being knocked. Right, who did that? You can't fool me, I heard that. Was it the Troodon? No, they're panicking, they don't do that. Who's knocking the fence? Your comfort levels are fine. Your comfort level's fine. Who's knocking the fence? Oh, really? Oh boy. We got some drama, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh. Thankfully it's in an obscure area of the park.
Task proceed.
Right, go on. Get out of there. It can't though, can it? Because it's too small. That's actually quite handy. You. Timing. Fix that fence. Oh dear. Now, this is going back to what I said earlier about sauropod spacing. You could have many of the same species and the amount of foliage and grassland to make him happy, but it's all about vicinity in regards to the sauropods being happy. Because as you can see here, this guy wandered way too far out, and thus all of his friends are up here, which I find to be completely asinine. Because they're in the same enclosure, they should know. They should honestly know that their friends are exactly in the same area, or the same member of their species rather. But nope, can't have that. So I do hope well, they kind of done that in the form of the
En route to collect
the
asset.
social and habitat gene splicing mechanic, but it's more of an inherent AI problem. So these guys are fine because they're all together. Let's say, like what happened with this one, where one wanders off too far, it will get upset because it thinks it will be lonely, despite the fact they're in the same bloody enclosure. Oh well. And now that's being taken care of, let's get you into this one. It's like I said at the end of last episode, as soon as you hear that noise, you know it is about to go down.
Asset in transit.
I've played this game so much that
En route to pick up the asset.
every time I hear a bang in this game, I just suddenly get paranoid that somewhere a dinosaur is just gonna have a
Asset.
temper tantrum and just break down a fence. Thankfully this park is closed, so no one's gonna get trampled.
Requiring collection.
I know I have my statistics side, but I'm not gonna do that for this park just yet. Alright, so what feeder needs attention this time? I thought I attended to that one. You know
Transit
what?
has commenced.
Now that nothing else is going on, let's drive over there. Boom! That was a close one.
Asset transported. Commencing asset transit.
Let's take a quick snapshot. Beautiful. Wow, absolutely beautiful. When it comes to the look and the sound design, this game just has it nailed perfectly. And kudos to everyone at Frontier for getting that right. I even found out the why is that open? I even found out that the Metro Camp. I keep getting the names mixed up. I even found out that the Mamenchisaurus has exactly the same roar as it did from the Lost World. It just they made variations to it, obviously, because I wanted to make sure that all the calls are correct. Hey, don't you bite at me. Alright. I know this at this point it's probably going to be something a little bit bad, but one thing I do miss from Operation Genesis is your Jeep not really being chased, but actually being potentially destroyed by dinosaurs. Adds a bit more tension. You know, the idea of staff members being attacked. I know what's going to happen. Oh, I think that's the reason why I did this. Again, because the idea was it was trying to get around the clouds, so just plough through them. Ow! Okay, here we go. Get that done. Get you fed. I wonder. Let's do dark mode. Don't clip through me. Yeah, I better move because they're gonna knock the Jeep over. Not that it does anything, which is a shame, but there we go. This is more like it. Nah, that's was looking the other way. The photo mode in this game is so fun. There we go. That's more like it. And just to jump real quick, and we're back. Basically, I just thought that might make decent thumbnail material, so I took a quick picture of it. And that's that one done. And I believe that is all we have time for this episode. Because what I'm trying to do, which hasn't exactly been working out well so far, and a disease being contracted, wonderful. What I've been trying to do is I've been trying to make these episodes shorter. It cannot find. What do you mean you can't find? There's a gate right there. No, hang on 1 second, folks. No, I gotta actually drive it out. happy, go for it. Alright. So yeah, I'm been trying to make this episode shorter, which is I don't exactly think it's been working out so far.
Request acknowledged.
But hopefully with future installments that won't be too problematic. And then get you patched up.
Adding task.
Right, I wonder what are you sick with? Let's have a quick look. What are you sick with? Uh-oh. Ticks, eh? That's actually the first time I've seen that in this game, the ticks sickness. Well, first for everything, I guess. And yeah, that pretty much concludes today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the fact you're doing so. Because I've been really wanting to get back into playing this game and sharing it with you guys again. And we're getting ever so closer to fulfilling what I hope will be the ultimate park in regards to getting every single dinosaur into one build. Every non-hybrid dinosaur, that is. So thanks again. I'll catch you guys for the next episode. If you guys still want this, of course, please do let me know what you guys think. It's always appreciated. And I will catch you on the flip side. Stay gold and see you later. Bye bye.